Each of you has extensive experience in law enforcement. While the sheriff/coroner serves as the top county law enforcement officer, there is also the added political responsibilities that come with the position. Talk about how your experiences have prepared you to navigate the political waters of Santa Cruz County. And we'll start with Mr. Wiley.
Well, I have a master's degree in criminal justice administration, and I'm also an FBI Academy graduate. I'm also obtained my BA from UCSC in politics. So I was particularly interested in the policy-making processes and spent a lot of time researching those. And so I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to how to navigate political waters. One of my strongest suits is bringing about consensus. You know, for years I've worked with diverse groups throughout the county, including police agencies, fire agencies, and community organizations, and brought about consensus. Well, oftentimes these people would have differing views and differing goals. And just as I would do for sheriff, I believe in looking at all sides of the issue without regard to ideology or politics or assumptions, and coming up and making a scientific analysis given the amount of time you have and making the best decisions possible. And when you take that approach, you can win a lot of people over to do what's reasonable. And there are very few politicians that do that. But as sheriff, I definitely would be the person that would stand up and do that with the community, with the other agencies in the county, and with the community organizations. And my goal would be to galvanize, educate, and galvanize the public to understand the needs of public safety and give us more staffing, give us the resources we need to do the job. I want to have volunteer organizations. I want to head up personally, not have a representative from each community. I want a group in each community that I can personally go to and galvanize to give me the problems and help me come up with the solutions to these problems. So I'm very good at problem solving. You know, I always say that there are people with problems for every solution, and I am a person with a solution for every problem. That's what I'm about. Thank you very much.
Mr. Pursley.
In my 33 years with the Sheriff's Office, I was sent to a lot of training. I was given a lot of training. I want to thank the Sheriff's Office for that, because it prepared me for this position. A lot of the training was in tactical and critical thinking. But along with that, with the special teams I was involved in, I got to work with all the agencies within the county, not just law enforcement, but health services, some of the social services, probation, the district attorney's office, some of the federal agencies that pass through here. All of those I have dealt with. This and would continue to deal with as sheriff of this county. The biggest thing is knowing what your strength is and how to put that forth. Also knowing the strengths of the people that work for you and drawing upon that to put them in place to help you with the waters that you have to tread to get to all of these agencies. I would not be doing this alone. I would be mistaken in thinking that I would do this alone. The sheriff's responsibility is to surround himself or herself with the best people possible in order to succeed in dealing with all of the agencies, all of the public officials that you would have to deal with, and make sure that that is working in concert. If you do not, you will fail. You cannot do this by yourself. Along with that, you have to make sure that everyone is on the same sheet of music while doing this. You can't have conflicts going while you're trying to succeed in a goal. So that's where the direction of the sheriff comes in. As the sheriff, I would make sure that the direction we're traveling in is identified, and we stay on that path. And that's how we reach a successful conclusion to any issue.
And Mr. Hart?
I've been a lifelong resident of Santa Cruz County. I grew up here. I love the county. I love the people. I feel like I know what this county is about and what the people want and what the people need. Right now, the Sheriff's Office, in a most recent poll, we have a 71% approval rating on a recent county poll, which is the highest approval rating of any county department. I currently oversee our community policing division, and I'm out in the public, and I have a lot of support out in the public. 80% of the deputies at a recent forum with these two gentlemen, myself, the three of us, 80% of the deputies voted to endorse and support me. At a recent correctional officers forum, the Correctional Officers Association endorsed me. The Santa Cruz Police Officers Association unanimously endorsed me. The district attorney, Bob Lee, the probation chief, Fernando Giraldo, 4 of the 5 board of supervisors. So I have a lot of support already from the community leaders, from the deputies, to the elected officials. Kevin Vogel, who's the chief of police of Santa Cruz Police Department. Most the city police chiefs aren't allowed to endorse. However, he believes so strongly that I should be the next sheriff that he went to the city manager, Martine Bernal, and asked for permission to endorse me, and Martine Bernal said he could. Kevin Vogel endorses me. So I already have those relationships in place. It took a lot in these, as we're just coming out of this tough budget cycle, to add 7 deputy sheriffs back to this coming year's budget. And it's a budget that I wrote and a budget that I spoke and met many times with Susan Mariolo about. It took a lot of political will and a lot of trust for her to sign off on that budget, and she did. And it's going to take a lot of political will to get that budget passed by the Board of Supervisors. But I believe, based on the relationships that I have with them right now, that on June 15th, when we go to the board for our budget presentation, I believe we're going to get at least 3 of those votes to pass that budget. That's what the sort of those are the relationships that you want your sheriff to have. Great community relationships, trust from the deputies, and support and trust from the elected officials. Thank you.